News in the world of AI and mathematics. First Proof has released the results of the second batch of research problems that they set up as benchmarks to test the capabilities of AI in mathematics. So let me explain a little bit how they set it up this time and what the results are. Actually, let me start with the results, because in the first batch that the results were published in February, AI systems were able to solve 6 out of the 8 problems. And now, in June 2026, AI was able to solve 7 out of 10 problems, so just about the same ratio. First Proof is a group of mathematicians that collect a number of problems as benchmarks for AI. These problems have been proposed by mathematicians, that these are problems that have come up in their research, and the proofs that these mathematicians know have not yet been published, so that AI has not been trained on these solutions. First Proof wants full transparency of how the AI systems reach the solutions, so for the second batch, they only allowed AI systems that were publicly available, and they requested the prompts so that the First Proof mathematicians were actually running the prompts just to see what the results were. So we know exactly how much human interaction was in producing those proofs. 4 different teams submitted solutions to this second batch of problems. 3 of them were teams of mathematicians using a variety of AI systems. And one of the teams was OpenAI using ChatGPT 5.5 Pro, and that's Team C. And here are the results of all 4 teams. And you can see that many of the solutions were just flatly rejected. They would have been rejected by referees. Some of them are essentially flawless, and some needed minor revisions, some needed major revisions. And once again, I'll emphasize that the problems had already been solved by human mathematicians in proofs that were at most 8 pages long. And AI, in some cases, was not able to make any progress. Problem 4 was a complete failure. But in some other cases, for example, in problem 5, submission A found a solution that was innovative and that impressed the referees for its novelty. And the First Proof team had some very interesting comments. For example, that, of course, the AI systems seem to do better in problems that were structurally similar to others in the literature. They also emphasize that the LLMs are many times giving too much detail on routine parts of arguments, while some other more difficult steps in the arguments, they're literally hand-waving their way about it and just saying, like, this follows from standard arguments, instead of actually providing the details than what would want to see. More importantly, they noticed a lot of failures in properly citing previous work, where the LLMs were literally using word by word arguments from other papers without citing them. So much so that they would have accused a human author for this of plagiarism. In summary, yes, it is quite impressive that these systems can solve some 7 out of 10 research problems proposed by research mathematicians, but A, I don't see a lot of progress since the first batch was released some few months ago. And second, the First Proof mathematicians point out some very insignificant problems in how these solutions are produced, in the amount of detail, and in the citations of other people's work.